Thanks, Holly. Looking for blockers. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. The Ducks offense will have the first crack at it in this one. And they'll be looking to get the ball to DeCorian Moore. This is the guy the entire passing game is built around. He has a big play waiting to happen.
And what a treat, man. We get to see an elite wide receiver, a master at his craft perform today. And obviously, nobody in the seats are surprised, right? Because this university continually pumps out guys at the spot. But, Jesse, I love the way this dude performs. I'm excited to watch him live.
You know, it was amazing. The three of us were walking around the facility yesterday, and you're just seeing all the names of receivers and all the memorabilia and the jerseys and the Biletnikoff Awards. The tradition of the position at receiver at this school throughout college football history has just been elite, and this guy is the next one.
Third down, and they'll need 2 on this initial drive of the game. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Drag to the ground, but not before. He's converted the 4th down to keep the drive going.
There are not a lot of head coaches that I think are willing on their opening drive to go for it on 4th down, especially in that kind of field position. This head coach ain't scared. He believes in his running back. He believes in his offensive line to go pick it up, and that's exactly what they did.
Stands in and takes the hit. Nearly intercepted.
And you get more and more hits on the QB like this right there. More and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that processor. Nice job by the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable.
And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun on 3rd down, Dante Moore. Trying to make magic on the scramble. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. And the Ducks will punt it away on 4th down. Looks as if they might have a little something going on that drive, but they'll have to kick it. So Michigan State's offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And here comes Alessio Milivojevic. He's coming off a tough day in which he threw a couple of interceptions and only 1 touchdown pass. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Keeps it moving, it's Edwards. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Lost the defense, he's wide open. Gashing the D on the right. And he takes it all the way down to the 26-yard line.
Obviously, massive play by the offense, picking up a big first down on an explosive. But, David, 3rd down defense, it's one thing to allow a first down, but you've got to make tackles. You can't give up explosive plays like that. At the end of the day, it's all going to come down to fundamentals, and you know that is driving their defensive coaching staff crazy.
It's so frustrating. You want to be great on those boxes, right? You want to check those 3rd downs. You don't want to give up explosives. Well, you just did 2 and 1. That's not good for this defense, right? They've got to control that 3rd down a little bit better. They got to snatch some momentum back, and you got to tackle better, man. You got some opportunities to get guys on the ground. You got to accomplish the mission.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal. This crowd knows when to bring it. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Fires quickly. He'll be stopped right there. They threw it short of the goal line, and now they've got some ground to cover on 4th down. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. Cuts it upfield. It's Davison. He'll push his way out to the 38, pick up a 3.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Handoff again. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
Well, one thing you know about Oregon is they're always loaded in the backfield. They had a couple of true freshmen a season ago in Davison and Hill Jr., who were absolutely outstanding. And you expect this season, David, in the running game, those 2 guys are going to be the focal point for the Ducks.
They'll be the focal point, but it's just like you saw a year ago, man. Like, they are a committee, and they run hard. They run as angry as anybody in the country. Obviously, having Moore come back at the trigger opens it up. Price transfers in, so it's going to be another year of stable running backs for Oregon. A lot of ground and pound and a lot of physicality.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still, just a very short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. Dante Moore. Looking left. With the catch, it's Johnson. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Turning it on. He's at the 10. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
Man, this is a guy who just seems to get better as the game goes on. What a run getting his offense then close to the goal.
So nice creating explosive runs in the run game. Now you're getting in the red, inside the 5. Go punch this in and get a touchdown.
And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. We've reached the break, and Michigan State has the lead. And we've come to the end of the 1st as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Gets the back moving. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2. And they've inched closer and closer, and still 2 yards to go for the touchdown here on 3rd down. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line.
But after getting stuffed on that run, you now got fourth down. I'm not into chasing points this early in the game. I think you just take the field goal. You try to pay this drive off and this opportunity to put something on the field.
Well, and nowadays you have these analytical cards, and the coaches, they literally look at every situation. Is it more advantageous to go for it or kick it? That's how they'll make this decision.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So, let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
Sells to run, looking to pass. Caught. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
And just no hesitation there by the quarterback, right? Primary target not open, so find your check down. Where's my running back? Yeah, I know I'm under pressure. I know I'm going to get hit, but I'm not taking a sack. I'm going to find a way for us to get a few extra yards here.
Wants to go up top on second down. Just got rid of that one.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. And the Spartans will try to pin them back with the punt. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Makes the grab at the 10. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
And the Ducks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Here comes the heat. He's sacked. This defense all over it. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. He fires one deep down the right side.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
And the offense with no intention to draw the defense off sides. They want to run on fourth down. He'll keep it on the sneak. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
I think that's a big advantage of having a tiny quarterback, right? Is he can find little creases to wedge his body into to pick up short yardage plays like that on the QB sneak on fourth down.
Making the adjustment. Moore. They're all over it. Blasted as he lets it go.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Tight end now in motion. Powers through the defender. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Quickly out to the tight end. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple. The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. They got him, and down he goes, and what a huge sack that might have knocked him out of field goal range. And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. He'll bring it back looking for help. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. Changing the routes with his receivers. Here's Moore to throw. Release to the back. Got it in the middle, it's Hill. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. They have just 3 measly points on the board, but trying to cobble a little something together here before halftime.
Yeah, make something happen. And listen, if I'm this defense, I want to keep them right where they're at. Done a great job all game keeping them in check. Don't let them get some cheap points going into the half, get momentum, and start feeling confident about themselves.
Whatever the fastest tempo they have is, that's what they'll use. Moore will throw. That's caught. It's hooked. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Maybe tried to baby that one in there.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. 3rd and long right here. Again, it's Moore. Looking to the big tight end. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row. The Ducks will call on their punt team.
Man, that's one of those when you walk back to the huddle and you're just kicking yourself, and you're going to go to the quarterback and be like, bro, I got you next time. My bad. But those tight ends work the middle of the field so magically and convert those big 3rd downs for you, but just a big drop on 3rd down.
Lofts one high and deep. Intercepted. Takes it the other way. At the 20. And he's out of bounds right at the 15.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
Send the tight end in motion. In the red area, it's Davison. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6. Timeout taken by the Spartans, their first of 3. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. operating in the red zone here on second down. Quarterback changing the play. Throwing more. And he gets rid of it.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Touchdown, Oregon! Fired in from the red zone for the score. And the extra point gives him a 10-6 lead. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Snaps it. They'll throw to start the drive. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down, right before the half. You want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. He's stopped, and he's got enough to move the chain.
Offense goes toss play to the right. Now, defensively, if you're going to stop these perimeter runs, your DBs better be able to get off blocks and go make a tackle. And right now, the secondary, they look like they're struggling trying to handle the run game.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Moore from the gun on third down. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. They'd love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. And he'll try to keep that smooth leg swing going for the second time today, this one from 34 yards out. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. The lead now 7 here in the third quarter. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, week 12, almost zero margin for error. Just the way we like it here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with UAB taking on the UTSA Roadrunners. Back to your game inside Autzen Stadium in Eugene. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Autzen Stadium.
The Ducks will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. On the return, it's Coleman Williams. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Here comes the Spartans offense ready to go to work. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure you do, is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step one, Jesse, taking care of the football.
And it just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having the lead. If they clean up the errors, they've got a chance to win this game.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to get behind the defense. Goes high to pull it in. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. The Spartans will snap it on 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Edwards. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Nowhere to go.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. On target. On the move at the 30. He'll be pulled down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line as they play a little pitch, catch, and run. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the Oak. I guess the good news on that penalty is at least the defense didn't have to back up that far. It's still 1st and goal. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Spartans. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Now they'll try to answer that score with one of their own and regain the lead here in the 3rd. Dante Moore. Look out. Back's got it on the screen. Breaks into the open. They get him out of bounds. Couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. Big play to start this drive, and they're already out at the 48. It's 1st down. Moore to the air. Get it out to the supersonic guy. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. And the Ducks come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Hits inside. It's Hill. Past the 30. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. The Ducks want to move quickly. Going to the run. It's Griffin. Got some room. Headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Ducks! They take the lead here in the 2nd half. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Deep in the end zone, it's Williams. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Michigan State's offense heads out, ready to go to work. Last last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Quick give. It's Edwards. Finds a crease at the 20. Tackled at the 25, but they get out of jail with a 15-yard pickup. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. They're going to ride this running back. All over him immediately. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, looking for a man. Out wide right, it's McCray. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. And the Spartans will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. He's changing the play. Moore. Throws to the wideout. Incomplete. What a fight for that one in midair, but neither guy could come down with it. 2nd and long here. Motion from the wide receiver. Moore will throw. In the backfield, it's Hill. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. 3rd and long coming up. From the gun on 3rd down, Dante Moore. Quick catch. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the 1st down.
And that's a huge 3rd down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
The Ducks have this offense rolling. Here's Moore to throw. Caught. Across the 25. He's got room. Brought down at the 21-yard line. A 15-yard pickup, and they are in prime position to get points now. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Tough, determined run gets it down to the 12.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball, because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
I just love the play call. You're getting a fast player out in the open field, and it's enough to get you a 1st down.
And the Ducks trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Fighting his way for every inch, but he still needs a few more. He stops short of the goal line. Timeout taken by the Spartans, their 1st of 3. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. He will not get there as the defense stops him again. The Ducks moving quickly to the line. Right side, it's Hill. Touchdown, Ducks! And they take it in for 6 more points. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14.
Offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
That penalty's the last thing this defense needed. Now it's 2nd and 4. Oh, he's got some space. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Drops back on first down. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Just gets rid of it before the heat. It's incomplete, and will change ends of the field now. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short if teams want to make their move in the rankings. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Working the middle. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. The Spartans go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Looking to throw again. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play. Long way to go on 2nd down. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Finds his tight end. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the first down.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
The pitch to the left. Stopped right there.
And I understand what the offense is trying to do. Use the wide side of the field, right? Use all that space, pitch on the outside, get on the edge. But the defense was too disciplined. Great job setting the edge, not letting them get outside, making the big tackle.
In traffic, it's McCray. Makes the grab, down immediately. He picks up a few. How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on 3rd down here in Autzen. Turns it upfield. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. And the Spartans come to the line with a new set of downs. Fresh set of downs going up top. He'll pull it down and run. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. The Spartans have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. How about that pursuit? They stop him right at the line of scrimmage, bringing up 4th down. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. And they'll make the tackle for no gain, get the stop, and get the ball back. defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
There he goes. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. To the ground. He's got it again. Crosses the 45. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
And it's really nice to have a workhorse running back that you know you can feed and get productive gain after gain. Now over 100 yards. You've already got some separation on the scoreboard. I would continue to feed this workhorse.
Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Open field on the right. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. The Ducks, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Throwing more. Under pressure. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle box as he moved to throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open, live to fight another down.
So they'll use a timeout here. One more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be fourth down.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball.
And you'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon. They extend this fourth quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Quarterback keep. Knocked down immediately at the line of scrimmage. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Looking to throw on third. Fires to the wideout. Left side is Smith. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Back's got it on the screen. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Got out of trouble and throws. Tight end finds a soft spot. Makes the tackle. And the Spartans racing to the line in the hurry-up. Third down play from the gun. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. They're going to go for it, and they're not going to huddle here on fourth down. Got to make the play on fourth. He's not going to make it, and what a big stop for this defense, and they might be able to put this thing away.
And I think the offense was anticipating pressure from this defense. They try to slip the screen in on fourth down, give it to their playmaker, maybe let him get past the sticks. Palmer impressed with the discipline of this defense.
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown Ducks! They wanted it all, and that is exactly what they got. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. This guy's putting the Oregon offense on his shoulders, carrying them however you want, on the ground or through the air.
I mean, so fun to watch when you got a guy that can do this. And we've seen it with the Ducks in history, man. They've had some great ones that put their team on their shoulders. If you need me to run it, I'll run it. If you need me to throw it, I can do that too.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Running inside, it's Edwards. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much. They need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back. The next opportunity, the next moment. Because today, oof, it was not a good day.
Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
They sure have. Man, they're just believing in themselves right now. This is a completely different looking team than what we saw earlier in the year. They're playing with so much more confidence. And David, when you start making plays, you start stringing W's together, that's obviously what happens.
Everybody gets energized. Everybody starts to contribute. Young guys start to grow up. Coaches start to believe in them. Everything starts to turn around and swing the other way. They got it all going in the right direction.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer,